YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage back on the Hannibal at the Gates campaign. I can't remember exactly what we did last because I've actually, it's been a few days since I recorded. But it looks like we've taken Capua, we've taken Ancona, Sapontum. So, I mean, we've got our opponents in the throes of defeat. Although not completely defeated, there are some fairly large Roman armies here, but they are starting to starve to death, which makes sense because I've got them hemmed in on every front. We can go ahead and start putting some buildings together in Capua. Okay, and just so you all know, in these campaigns I haven't been building a lot of high-level buildings. I've actually been experimenting with it on my campaigns on my laptop. And in my next campaign, and also in the campaign with the Iceni, I'll start to try and incorporate some of the higher level buildings. I've kind of gotten a feel for which ones are decent to build and win. I'm not perfect at it. I'm mostly good at it with Rome, because I was trying it out in the Caesar and Gaul campaign and actually kind of figured out some nice ways to build buildings there. But I'll start to try and apply that learning to other campaigns that I'm in. Yeah, let's get back to things. I was spending a lot of my money on buildings, but I'm going to hold off for just a second. Let's see if we can sabotage this army at Spoletium. So, let's see if we can... Let's do an assassination, because he's probably in a freaking noble cav unit. An Italian noble cav is the same thing as mercenary Campanian cav, if not even stronger. So we wounded their general, which is good, because that means if he was in that Campanian cav, he's no longer in it, as he's wounded. Yep, so don't know what their bodyguard was, but again, it's just a way for me to make sure that it's not one of those dangerous units. Let's go ahead and assault Spoletium here, and this, I believe, is the last settlement for the Etruscan League, because we took Tarquinii before, and they sally out against him. I mean, I'll give you one thing. The AI may not be smart, but they have guts, whether it's pre-programmed stupidity or whatever it is, but I mean, these guys will do things that I just never expect. Go into a dry deployment so I can see my ballista better. And actually put my pikes in the center. It'll shield my artillery. And let's take my swords to the flank to support my pikes. It's a pretty typical formation, for me at least, when using pikes. You all may like your pikes on the flank. I don't usually, because they just aren't very maneuverable. And I'm going to take my elephants wide to the flank so that they can get in to combat from the flank. Alright, let's start the battle. Flank, flank, flank. Seems like that's like the word of the day here. So my enemy sallies out against me, which doesn't mean they're attacking me, but they are within my ballista range, which means I'm going to open fire. And the AI will typically charge you if you're opening fire with ballista. They won't just sit there and take it. But they are going to take it. Like it or not, they're going to take it. I'm just going to leave my ballista on fire at will. When the enemy's kind of bunched up like this, it'll be fine. Not particularly concerned about my target. There's a mercenary Italian cav here, but not super concerned about it. Mob. Let's see. Slingers, not worrisome. I'm going to see if these are skirmishers or slingers. A little concerned about skirmishers, but not slingers. And those are slingers. What do we got here? Italian spearmen. Okay. Let's let the AI kind of approach me a little bit. No reason for me to go forward. Just let my ballista fire, and I think they had reinforcements coming. Though my guy hasn't warned me about enemy reinforcements yet. My onager definitely taking their toll. Enemy slingers are already pretty badly damaged. They're not even into range yet. Okay, got mercenary Italian cav charging my elephants. Don't know if they're actually charging my elephants, but they are now. Nope, they're actually going for my swordsmen. The AI will do this a lot. They'll actually charge their melee cav into your swordsmen. But with my elephants there, that's going to be a pretty short fight. And I think they're going to do the same thing here, so I'll actually shield wall. Okay, so my elephants will take care of the cavalry on the flanks. I can now shoot this gap to take on their slingers. And I'll bring my elephants to bear here. Okay, AI charged my pikes down the center, trying to get to my ballista. I'm gonna halt fire on my ballista. And bring my Libyan infantry to bear on some of these spearmen. Bring my elephants to bear on them as well. And then I want my elephants into the back of the enemy units here. And I've got them charging over here. I'm gonna follow this guy and get the elephant butt cam here. It's a very smelly camera, but fortunately we haven't invented smell-o-vision yet, so you're in luck. Watch my elephants thrashinate these guys from behind. And that ought to be pretty much the end of the Etruscan League defense here, and my cursor is missing. There it goes. No idea what was going on there. Yeah, so the Etruscan League is all but shattered at this moment. Yeah, I'm just going to take my elephants and wrap down the rest of these Italian spearmen that were dying against my pikes, but this will just accelerate that process. So see, in this chemical reaction, it was spearmen combined with pikemen, and the catalyst would be the elephants. Air makes science fun, folks. Alright, so let's end that battle. Those elephants got a lot of kills. Good grief. Yeah, the Etruscan League never really stood a chance there. I've got my opponents in kind of a death grip at this point. So the battles probably won't be huge from here on out, but we will fight them and put them down. My next campaign that I start, so that this is Total War campaign, since I'm declaring war on everybody, I've got that one on normal, which means the fighting's relatively easy, but it'll be tricky in the sense that everybody's going to be at war with me. The next campaign I start, though, I'm going to put it on the very hard difficulty. I was thinking about doing Legendary, and I will do a Legendary one eventually. It's just that I've kind of been practicing it, trying to get a feel for it. It's tough, and it's not, I mean, it's not that just fighting the people are tough, or the bonuses that the AI gets tough, because all those things are true. You'd be surprised. Some of the things that make it toughest is the save game function is disabled. You can't save the game when and where you want to. It auto-saves it at the beginning of each turn, and that's it. And the other things that get challenging is the, I mean, just stacks of Levy Freemen are a danger even to, like, Legionnaires. Or Legionaries, whatever you all want to call them. We're going to take Mossman here and see if we can hire some assassins on this Roman spy. Good old Mossman getting the job done. So yeah, in any case, it is so difficult on Legendary. It'll be interesting to give it a shot. I don't think I'm going to do very good. Wow, this spy is really good. This is almost certainly going to get my guy killed, but eh. Holy crap! Man, I underestimated this guy. Talk about lucky. That was really lucky, and probably didn't deserve that, to be honest. So yeah, we've taken Spoletium, which we'll be converting over. Now some of you are like, Heir, for the love of goodness, don't just occupy Rome. Don't worry, Rome is going to get razed. Its citizens destroyed utterly. So yeah, it's no worries there. In fact, Hannibal's pretty much ready to go after Rome at this point, but I'm trying to make that kind of the final bid. It's too bad the Romans don't have more armies at Rome. But I mean, it's just gonna have to be what it is at this point in the game.
Ready for battle.
Okay, those guys can't go anywhere else on this particular turn. So Beneventum is safe. I've already used these agents, so I can't use them any further. Yeah, still a few Roman armies here and there. And I've got this fleet over here, actually, that can take out this raiding Samnite fleet. This will be a worthwhile venture. Let's go ahead and sink these guys. Again, a tiny battle, but just want to fight this because we're just that far into the campaign at this point. Just use my raiding ships to harass this guy. So let's start the deployment. Okay, I got both my support ships on the flanks. Oh, those are my reinforcements coming in from the other side. Looks like a garrison fleet. So this ought to be even easier. Let's go ahead and fast forward until we get closer to the Samnite ship. Getting rid of these Samnites ought to extinct their faction, help me get rid of their last few remaining I'm actually just gonna ram these guys. Not worried about losing a raiding vessel. I've got a large number of javelins coming in, so this ought to work out really well for me. Got a good side ram there. I don't know how in the world I'm being boarded after ramming them in the side. The AI is really stupendous at being able to board and ram, but these guys are finished. They're getting absolutely clobbered from all angles. Wow, I got a fire pot ram in and it still didn't. This ship has taken a phenomenal amount of damage and survived, but that's it. They're goners now. There they go. So their ship's destroyed. Didn't lose any of my own, fortunately. But like I said, the AI is quite good. Now their ship was very large, so getting rammed multiple times by those small ships is no surprise. That was a pretty good sized ship that I was ramming there. How did they get away when their ship was destroyed? Maybe I sold that one out a little too early. Looks like I can chase them down, though, and get the rest of their ships here as well. So what do they have? A couple of Scorpion ships, some mercenary vessels, this beat-up ship that should have been dead but is not. Then I get a couple of garrison forces of plebes on transports. They'll be useful, though. Alright, let's go ahead and fight this then and take out the remaining Samnite fleets. I think there is a Samnite army still somewhere. Oh no, my plebes are on the land. Let's see what good that's gonna do me. This is gonna be interesting. Don't know what to expect here. Let's go ahead and fight in the rain. Yeah, my reinforcement's going to come in on land, so don't really see what good that's going to do me. We'll have to be a little more careful here with their ships, because the AI has more troops this time. They got a firepot ship, a little Scorpion ship. This missile raider, this longboat missile raider scares me a little bit, because those longboats tend to have pretty high ship health, actually. Let's use my assault ships to ram and hold. Are they gonna disembark?
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
They're gonna disembark. Interesting. Don't know why they're going to do that. And they're probably gonna be able to disembark before I can get to them. Well, not this guy. So at least I know I'll be able to kill one of them. That is weird. They're gonna disembark to go fight my guys on land. I guess they're programmed to do this. I'm just gonna hide these plebs in the woods. Yeah, dang it, I'm not gonna be able to catch these guys. Shoot, that's annoying. Well, at least maybe we can take out this general back here, which is an Italian swordsman, I believe. Lucius Salinator. Apparently this guy likes salt. Let's see. Have to speed over to this vicinity. And I might as well bring all my ships to bear since these guys are gonna disembark. This is actually bad. They're gonna disembark quite bad. Don't know if I have an advantage here or not with them being disembarked. We'll find out. I have a fair number of skirmishers myself, though, and then a couple of hoplite units, which ought to at least be as good as their spearmen. Okay, I think we've got the attention of this larger ship. We should set ourselves up for a good ram here. I'm gonna get the firepot ram.
One of our ships is being boarded.
And they're gonna board me, which leaves them wide open for a massive ramming on this side at speed. And then a firepot ramming from this angle. So we'll watch this. My guy's got like a huge bronze ram on the front of it, so this ought to be good. Getting rammed. Ooh, that was brutal. So we shut them down. These guys will not be getting away this time, and please, for the love of goodness, don't waste your ammo. I'm going to need that for when we go on land. Let's get away from this flaming ship before we accidentally catch ourselves on fire, which can happen. So my fire pot ship lit it up, but it's now sinking. And let's get these guys off fire at will as well. Just don't want to waste any javelins. And I'm going to fast forward, bring my ships over here. I don't want to land right next to where they did. And I'm going to bring my plebs up here as well. Mob, whatever they are, plebs, I guess, if we were Roman. I'm going to need them for like distraction units to absorb skirmisher volleys while I get my own skirmishers into position. And then I should be able to finish the fight, Halo 3 style. Finish the fight. Every time I say finish the fight, it makes me think of Halo 3. Oh my gosh, so happy about the Master Chief Collection coming out, by the way. That is going to be amazing. Okay, so my ship's going to hit the beach here. Let's bring up my mob. Getting all my units on dry ground. So let's get my formation set up. Hoplites here, plebs in front, and then skirmishers in back. And I do have more skirmishers than them, and I think mine are better, though I'm not entirely certain of it. My mob are a little tired, so I'm going to leave it on fast forward for just a second. This is going to end up being like a tiny skirmish. Thought it was going to be a naval battle, but it's going to turn into a tiny land skirmish. Let's let my mob rest for just a second before they die. Let them have one last breather before I send them to their certain death, as only Patchy does. I don't know, maybe a lot of you all do that too, so be an interesting comment. How many of you all use your mob as meat shields? We are a very inhuman lot, but we're brutally efficient. Alright. Bring my men up here, and then I'll take it off fast forward when we get close, but no need to spend like 5 minutes of me walking. This battle's already longer than I probably intended for it to be. That was a pretty cool ramming, though, that we got on those guys out there. Fire pot rammed. Naval battles really are kind of cool. They're a little bit strange, but they are kind of fun. Naval battles in Empire Total War were amazing. I really liked it. Same thing in Napoleon, they were pretty good, but I almost liked it just as well in Empire. So I'm going to charge my mob forward, and then let's bring up my skirmishers. Off fire at will, because I'm going to give them targets. So the initial volleys are going to be soaked up by my mob.
What are your orders? Melee infantry ready.
And I'm going to use my hoplites against their spearmen. And then I'm going to... No. I'm going to target their skirmishers. Yep, see, they wasted their volleys on my mob, which means my hoplites ought to get a clean engagement. Their guys are going to try and get around and get to my skirmishers as well. Okay. And should be in position to get the job done here. I caught their Italian spearmen, and my skirmishers are destroying theirs.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Let's watch my own javelins here. They ought to be getting in position. There they go. Going to hurl some javelins at the enemy troops over there. Wow, that was a lot of javelins. Yeah, my hoplites are doing fine. My skirmishers are doing fine. We're going to be able to finish this off. Having that Italian swords unit on land would have been bad for me because it would have done very well against my hoplites. But their Italian spearmen probably no more of a match for my hoplites than they are for them. Okay, the last few guys over here are going to take a severe javelining. So that's going to be the end of the Samnite navies. Ironic that the end of the Samnite navy comes on land, but it is what it is. Don't know if they're going to get away from that battle. I should have chased them. Looks like we destroyed their mercenary ships at least. One of their fleets should be dead for sure because I killed the last ship in it. The other ships might get to run away. Looks like they will, actually. Shoot! Well, we'll chase them down on the next turn. That's annoying. But the Samnites still have an army left anyway, so go ahead and put into port for the end of that turn. Yeah, they've got this army here. A few leftover Cretan archers and stuff like that. We should be able to finish them off here shortly. Yeah, I know Hannibal It's ready to siege. How about we take out this entrenched Roman army here? It looks like they could get reinforced by the units from Corfinium. That's actually going to be my next episode. Heir of Carthage, signing off for now.